Stephen Perofeta has spent years being the kind of player people overlook until it's too late. He's never been the loudest voice in the room, never been the one hyped up in headlines, and never been the type to draw attention to himself. But the more you look at his career, the more you realise something's been building quietly in the background. He's bigger, stronger, smarter, and more complete than he's ever been, and everything he's shown over the past few seasons suggests one thing: he's about to shock Super Rugby in a way most fans aren't prepared for. His story starts in Whanganui, where he grew up surrounded by a community that valued hard work more than big talk. He wasn't born in a rugby dynasty or pushed into academies before he could walk. Instead, he built everything step by step, playing his way through Whanganui High School and slowly proving he has become something special. Back then, he wasn't the biggest player on the field, but he had already had that trademark calmness and the ability to make decisions at speed that almost made it look effortless. People underestimate how rare that is in a teenager. Plenty of young players can run fast, step hard, or smash into contact. Very few can slow the game down in their head while everyone is scrambling. That quiet composure carried him straight into the Taranaki in 2016, where he made his professional debut at just 19 years old. Most rookies need time to adapt to the physicality and speed of the NPC rugby, but Perofeta didn't look fazed for 1 second. He settled into the team like he'd been there for years, controlling games with a maturity well above his age. That turning point came in 2017 when he delivered one of the most important performances of his early career, the World Cup Under-20 Championship final. With everything on the line, he stepped up and scored a crucial try, helping New Zealand secure the title. That moment wasn't just a highlight, it was a clear warning that Perofeta wasn't just talented, he was built for big occasions. His rise continued that same year when he signed with the Blues. Walking into Super Rugby franchise as a young fly half is one of the toughest transitions in rugby. You're expected to manage pressure, run the attack, kick accurately, defend like a loose forward, and organise players older than you. But Perofeta handled it the same way he handled everything else. Quietly, calmly, and with a level head. Coaches quickly noticed that he was different. He didn't flap under pressure, he didn't crumble when defences rushed him, he didn't need to dominate physically to dominate the game. His passing, vision, and ability to read defensive weaknesses made him valuable almost instantly. But what most people forget is that his early Blues career wasn't smooth sailing. After those flashes of brilliance, he hit one of the biggest challenges of his life: injuries. Between 2018 and 2019, hamstrings issues keep pulling him out of the games, disrupting his rhythm and slowing his development just when he was on the brink of breaking through. Some players never fully recover from that cycle. They lose confidence, fall down the depth chart, and slowly fade out of the spotlight. And for a while, it looked like that might happen to Perofeta too. Every time he started to build momentum, another setback arrived. What made his story different is how he responded. Instead of disappearing or letting frustration take over, he used that time to rebuild himself. He focused on strength, conditioning, and refining his skill set. When he returned, he came back with a level of sharpness and accuracy that turned heads. Under coach Leon McDonald, his transformation became more noticeable. He wasn't just a young playmaker anymore, he was evolving into one of the most well-rounded backs in the competition. His kicking game became a weapon, both tactically and off the tee. His defensive organisation improved too. His running game gained another gear, with acceleration that allowed him to pierce the line even from awkward positions. By then, he had grown into 184cm, 96kg dual playmaker who could dominate as fly half or fullback. That kind of versatility is rare. It meant that the Blues could redesign their structure around him, using him as a second operator in the backline, someone who could swing the attack, identify mismatches, and unlock space with pinpoint accuracy. Every season, his numbers improved. More touches, more meters, more involvement, more calm decision-making in tight moments. Analysts started pointing out how quietly influential he was. Supporters noticed how different the Blues looked when he was on the field, and opposition defences started treating him with a lot more respect. That rise didn't go unnoticed by national selectors either. In 2022, Perofeta earned selections for both the New Zealand Māori All Blacks and the All Blacks. His test debuts against Argentina didn't give him many minutes, but the fact that he made it there after everything he went through said plenty about the character and his growth. Not everyone gets to wear the black jersey. Even fewer get to do it while competing for positions stacked with superstars like Beauden Barrett and Richie Mo'unga. But he did it. And while there were critiques about limited opportunities or consistent minutes, none of that changed the reality. He'd proven that he was good enough to be in that environment. What stands out most is his game matured after the international exposure. His decision-making tightened, his confidence grew, his communication improved. The moments that used to show uncertainty were replaced with calm execution. It became obvious that he had learned more than people realised from those experiences. He absorbed everything, applied it, and returned to Super Rugby looking like a different player. More controlled, more authoritative, and more complete. When you break down his strengths, it's easy to see why he's rated so highly by coaches and teammates. His kicking game is one of the best in the competition. Accurate, strategic, and reliable. His vision allows him to exploit defences' weaknesses before they fully open. His footwork and acceleration give him an edge when attacking the line. As a fullback, he's dependable under the high ball, reading kicking threats early and counters with intelligence. As a fly half, he's composed, organised, and capable of managing a match even when his team is under pressure. And as a utility back, he becomes a Swiss Army knife, giving the Blues options fewer squads have. He isn't flawless though, and the weaknesses in his games are well documented, but only in ways supported by fact and not speculation. Injuries definitely slowed his early progress, and at test level, the small sample size left critics wanting more consistency. The reality is that the competition for both 10 and 15 jerseys in New Zealand has always been fierce, making every opportunity high pressure and difficult to secure. Yet even those challenges become part of what shaped him into the player he is now. They forced him to evolve, adapt, and fight for performance gains that didn't come easily. So why is he posed to shock Super Rugby now? Because everything is aligned at the same time. He's fully healthy, he's entering his prime, his experience at both domestic and international levels has built an incredible, complete foundation. The Blues trust him, the coaching staff rely on him, his statistics continue trending upward, and the parts of his game that once left unpolished now look refined and deliberate. The calm kid from Whanganui has turned into a seasoned competitor with the intelligence and skill to control matches on the bigger stage. Another overlooked factor is his personality. Off the field, Perofeta is known for being humble, respectful, team-orientated, and grounded. Those traits don't show up on scoreboards, but they matter. They're the reason teammates trust him, why coaches praise his attitude, and why he has become a quiet leader within the Blues environment. He brings steadiness to high-pressure moments, the kind of composure you can build a team around. And when you combine that with physical tools, strength, speed, agility, and rugby IQ, you get a player who's more dangerous than most people realise. Stephen Perofeta's journey has proved that you don't need hype to become dangerous. You just need patience, resilience, and the ability to keep improving quietly while everyone else is distracted by the noise. And now, with everything finally lining up, he looks ready to step forward and deliver the kind of season that forces everyone, not just the Blues fans, to pay attention. Ever wanted to create your own rugby highlights channel just like this one? With my course, the YouTube Creator Toolkit, I show you exactly how I do it, from the tools I use to the templates I built. You get everything. Just copy, paste, and start creating. Learn how to grow your channel, keep viewers hooked, and turn views into income. Click the link in the description below to learn more and start your channel today. Now back to the video. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into players who deserve their spotlight, make sure to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.